After torquing the triple trees to the proper torque spec he found in his Harley Davidson service manual, he walks over to his toolbox looking confused. The absolute posture of a ballerina. He bends over and sends forth the shaft.
Let's start it.
That's how you knock the ugly off a Fat Bob right there.
Fender's back on, all mocked up with the license plate mount. Dongs off the side are gone, and then if you look up in here, get up in here, June. Wires are ran.
Yeah, we're going to lunch.
All right, so I kind of jumped the gun a little bit and started on the front suspension. We're halfway there. I put the left side in. They are different according to the directions. I haven't dug into the right side yet, but this is what was in the left side. Looks like a cartridge and a spring. So we'll see what's in the right side. I'm guessing a damper rod and spring is on the right side, because I know in later models of these, they were doing a cartridge on one side and a damper rod and spring on the other. We're gonna go ahead and tear that apart and get into that. So both sides have a cartridge and spring. This is what came out of the left side. We're going to take apart the right side now. So I'm going to take this cap off, and then I need to dump all the fluid that's in here out of it, and then use a specialty tool that Ryan has for the castle nut that's in there holding the spring. So that'll be fun to deal with. Shit. Do that. And I'm not replacing the seals or bushings or anything like that. The seals aren't leaking. I'm guessing the bushings are fairly good. I mean, there's 13,000 miles on this thing. It's not crazy high in mileage, so I'm gonna just swap the internals out. And fork oil. Yeah, there she goes. Now this castle nut is under spring pressure, so this is gonna be fun to take off. Just boom. So yeah, they both have a damper rod and shit. That castle nut is basically what holds all that shit into the stanchion tube, the stationary. Yeah, stanchion.
Stanchion tube.
Yep. There's a slider in the stanchion. So I know you guys didn't see the first cartridge, but the first cartridge looks like a normal Legends drop-in cartridge. The difference is with this guy is it has this nut here for the stanchion, or stanchion. This threads into that to keep it into the fork tube, because it doesn't thread in from the bottom, because there's no way to access the bottom on that fork leg. That is where you adjust the preload on this. The preload setting, get this, 0 turns for 100 pounds up to 250. I'm in that range. 250 to 349 is 1 turn. This is also like fully loaded down. So if you're riding 2-up a lot or loaded down with bags, you know, you got you, your old lady, and your guys' closet, how much you guys weigh. 350 to 450 is 2 turns. 450 up is 3 turns. I'm gonna keep her on 1 turn. Yeah, so you screw this guy into the stanchion, and then we don't have a 40mm wrench. So I'm gonna use a big fucking croissant wrench. I need to go get the soft jaws that Ryan left next door, so I have to walk over there and get them, because Ryan didn't put them back where they belong.
I haven't got over there yet. Trent doesn't have a microphone, so I'm narrating for him. Right now he's pouring fluid into some Legends cartridges right into his sphincter shaft, I think it was called. I don't know how much fluid he puts in there, but it's enough to make it work. That's exactly how much you need, is exactly how much the directions say. He had to go next door and borrow a tool from Down and Out Cycles because, well, he didn't have one. And now he's about to jam this thing home in the old triple trees. If he can get it tight enough with his minuscule hands, it's kind of like a child grabbing a large banana. Hit it with your electric gun, zap up up, she'll be nice and done. Now that he's inserted the large shankter up into the triple tree holes, he starts to tighten the pinch bolts with a softness and a finesse that's unlike any other. Going back to tighten the top cack so he doesn't get any weeping. This will also make the motorcycle a bit taller in the front end because he's flush mounting the top right now. Which once he puts that 21 on there, it's going to be like a chopper. Those Legends cartridges mated with that Kruesi Originals top mount headlight conversion, along with the Kruesi Originals Baja headlight bracket and wiring harness mated with a custom dynamic Shark Demon headlight. All available on KruesiOriginals.com. And if he falls over on this thing, he's got a Kruesi Originals engine guard. That's right, that's a K-bar on an M8 softail. After torquing the triple trees to the proper torque spec he found in his Harley Davidson service manual, Trent's just about done for the day. He walks over to his toolbox looking confused. I can't remember what I even came over here for. Damn it. Alright. Oh yeah, I need to pick up my stuff over here. He's gonna throw away all these old parts because frankly he doesn't care about OEM Harley Davidson. As everyone waited what seemed to be an eternity for Trent to dump out that oil, and then leave those parts back there, unfinished and unput away.
Not done yet.
And can't remember what he's supposed to do next. Damn it, where's my tools? Now for one of the most thrilling parts. Trent mates up a tractor tire with a Harley Davidson. You've only seen this on normally hillbilly shows. Now there's a 16-inch tractor tire off of a Massey Ferguson. Small, front-end loader. Pull maybe a mower deck behind it if you really needed to, but I don't think she'd till a field for shit. Nothing says high performance like knobby tires. Trent's got the new Nito Grappler All-Terrain on there.
Nito.
If there's ever been a man that's known the struggles in life and has ever come across lining up a spacer, an ABS spacer, an intercrush washer, and an axle all through the front of a Harley Davidson wheel, well then you know struggle. I know there's been hard times on the farm and it's been dry. Maybe the corn ain't come in this year. Maybe your old lady left you. You still haven't put an axle in the front of a Harley Davidson with all that shit that's got to line up at once? You'll never understand. The absolute posture of a ballerina. He bends over and sends forth the shaft. You want to get a couple fingers on that ABS spacer and make sure the old pointy thing's sticking out the right side. Once you torque this axle, it's all over. Those are deep thoughts from Ryan Kruesi. You can look for my audiobook, Sleep Better, with sounds of Ryan Kruesi's illustrious voice. Let me talk you to sleep. Things are good. Fall asleep. Shut the up. Go to sleep. Put you right down. Before you know it, you'll have a great night's sleep. For only $5.99, you too can get the CD. And for an additional $75.99, I'll even throw in a t-shirt.
All right, I'm back, guys. I'm sorry for that bit of torture. Ryan got a little carried away.
It's the mustache.
And whenever we tell him to shut his mic off, he always has to get in a couple more.
I like it a lot better when I'm the center of attention.
Funny, he says he's done yet. He's still right with shot.
So that concludes the install of the Legends cartridges. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just, at least the way I did it, you just dump the internals out, put the internals in. I need a longer brake line if I'm gonna run these tubes this high. Look at that. It's a little taut.
I don't think you should run her that high either because you don't got shit pinched up in there.
Yeah, should I just run it to when it's pinched up here?
Yeah. And when you put that 21 on there, it's gonna be
Stupid high.
nice. Looks like club style right now. Wait.
Club style, brother.
Club style, brother. Let me show you how to have the posture.
Teach me your ways, Ryan. Oh, there it is.
Riding through this world. Everybody with T-bars. Every Dynabro out there. They ride like this. You ain't shredding here. It's becoming less of a thing now. People are getting more into like proper riding posture so they can actually ride. But man, the old hunchback shit was real hardcore for a long time. Them motherfuckers like they fold their spine in half somehow in the back. You know you're gonna have gangliospondylitis or something when you get older from that.
Right there.
Right about.
Just a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Are they level?
I'll just lock one down and then pull the other one up to match. I really want to build one of those Japanese bikes that they do the I think it's called bukkake or something like that.
I think bukkake is a different thing. Just raised my fork tubes back up because I had ran them flush, but you don't get like, because these fork tubes step down right here, so the top and the bottom are a different clamp diameter, and I ran them flush just to get like some height out of the front end, but you don't get the full clamp on the bottom tree. So raise them back up to get a better clamp on the tube, and now there's just a little bit of poke on the tubes themselves.
Okey poke.
And Ryan's talking about bukkakes. I'm gonna give her a nice wipe down, but I am done for the day on the Fat Bob here. I like the way this pipe looks. I don't know how it sounds at all yet. Let's start it. That sounds good. It's a little deeper. That sounds dope. That does sound really good. I'm stoked on that. I'm really excited about this bike. There's a lot of stuff on the shelf, and there's even more stuff coming for this build. It's nowhere near done. It's gonna turn into a full fairing bagger somehow on a M8 softail with tractor tires. Tires aren't going anywhere. I'm keeping them. We'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm done. I'm going home. Ryan's going mountain biking. I'm gonna go to the lot. I'm changing the tires on my Fat Bob. We had this set sitting in the warehouse. We have a warehouse. And we got those for another Fat Bob previously because they're the same size with the Fat Bob, and we never put them on said Fat Bob, so I probably ordered more than we needed.
Getting rid of the tractor tires today.
Yeah, because I rode this thing to Cottonwood last weekend, and riding it on the freeway at 80 miles an hour, that's a balanced motor. It shouldn't vibrate as much as it did, and it was these f***ing tires. It was like riding knobbies on the street. It was terrible. Everything was shaking. I couldn't feel my hands. I didn't like it.
Front fender still looks like it belongs on a boat trailer, but that looks so much better. It's got old school Fat Boy vibes. Getting the tractor tire off makes a world of difference. It is a completely different bike, Trent.
It is.
It's definitely got old Fat Boy vibes with the long pipe, big tires. She's a real hard, early style, club style bike.
Well, that's how you knock the ugly off a Fat Bob right there. It's Thursday afternoon, I think. The seat came in, so kind of finished off where we're gonna be for a little while until some other parts roll in. But we got Saddleman seat, tuck and roll gripper, Kruesi Originals, you know, find them on the website. Before we do anything else with this, Sport Bike Sean rolled in to do some special welding for us. We're gonna get to work on the touring K-bar for all you bagger guys.
Finally, we're gonna do the final step again. We're finally getting this together. We're working on it. Street Bike Sean's here. He's got the tire heaters in the truck. We're gonna light the tires and heat the fires and get things rolling.
Hi, my name's Trent. We're back with the Fat Bob, making it a little less ugly than it was because these things are fucking ugly. But I'm putting these block-off plates on the frame rails here. Also got this license plate mount. We'll show you that when this is all back together. And what we're putting on today, come over here, June. Custom Dynamics sent me this integrated tail light with turn signals and license plate light. All fancy. It just goes right up in here like so. You know, somewhat like that. We'll really get her dialed in here for you guys and get it on. But this is happening simultaneously while Ryan's doing the muffler on the Nightster. So
Cutting a jig. Making a template right now for a bracket for a production. Finally, probably by the end of the day, have a production exhaust for the Nightster available. Most likely by the end of the day.
So yeah, a lot of videos happen simultaneously, and then we release them on different dates. We like to stay pretty up to date, try to, at least.
You don't get a lot of stuff done in one day.
But we get some stuff done in one day. All right, I've already taken the fender off, laid it out, cleaned my edges with alcohol, so the adhesive can bond to the surface. It needs to stick there. The real way to do this is to get it up in the bike. I'm gonna do it right, all right. I need to get it up into the motorcycle and mock it up. So these are where my stock turn signals came out. They, you know, had the big dong looking things that came out of here. Codlin, I think it is, makes these block off plates. They're on the website, go check them out. They make them for M8 Softail, Dyna, and they come in black and chrome, which is nice. I opted for black. Check this out.
Koodlin, someone tell me how to say that. Fender strut adapter fits M8 softails in most 2002 and up Sportster, Dyna, and Softail models. I prefer these over the CycleVision because they have a little, check this out. They have this little recess. The CycleVision one is just a flat piece that they chrome or powder coat. These are anodized, which is really nice, but this flat piece sits in that little hole and it clocks your part where it needs to be and keeps it there, because when you have to tighten them down and hold it right and then tighten it, it turns into quite the pain in the ass. But this doesn't come with hardware. I'm putting a button head in it. You could put a fancy ARP in it if you want. She's on. That also makes me want to put button heads on the fender strut. I'm gonna mock the fender up on this and then we'll check back. Okay, fender's back on, all mocked up with the license plate mount. I have the light just kind of up here getting held on by some pieces of tape. All I'm trying to figure out right now is where I want these two sides to end up. So yeah, it's not gonna sit there exactly, but roughly. I just need to get some marks right there where I think it's center, and I think I'm pretty much there as far as I can tell. So I'm gonna put 2 marks down here in the bottom because that's where it's gonna mount. Like the adhesive tape is gonna mount up on this lip that's folded over on the fender. I'll show you when we have it off. So I'm just gonna mark it with some Sharpie and finish this install here. I think that's pretty center. What do you guys think? By the time you guys comment, it's too late, but I think that's pretty center. I'm gonna run it. Fender's back off. I have my marks to the inside of these lines. So I wiped it off with alcohol again. It can never be too clean for this adhesive shit, especially because that's all that's gonna be holding this thing on. Give it its best fighting shot, you know? Make sure the wires are routed where you want them to go. Here we go. Oh, baby. Gotta be very careful. And just like that, she's a part of the fender. Sharpie wipes off with a little bit of alcohol. Okay, now we have these little guys. It's like a pyramid. Put your wire up to it, then you could run a zip tie and zip tie the wires up. So I'm gonna run these down the side of the fender, out of the way of everything, hopefully. Need more alcohol. Really want this shit to be clean and clear for the adhesive to bond to. Allow 24 hours for tape to properly cure before riding or washing. So get it on, let it sit. I know you put all this dope shit on your bike, you wanna go ride it. You gotta wait, you gotta be patient. Cause then this is gonna come unstuck and then you're gonna call Custom Dynamics bitching. And they're gonna be like, well, did you wait 24 hours before you went and rode that thing? So for putting these on the fender, I think I'm gonna get the fender back on the bike with all the framework and everything on the inside where the license plate frame mounts, and then see where I could put these. Maybe I can get my hand up in there with it on the bike. So I might just do this last part on the bike. So I also taped this down just because it started to lift a little bit. I'm gonna tape it down and leave it there, let it cure with the tape holding it. I'm gonna get this back in the bike. I just noticed there's a whole lot of handprints on that fender. I'm gonna wipe that down. Fender's back in, lights on. I even went ahead and plugged it in. Can you see it through the tape? You get the idea. And blink, 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 right? We got brake lights. God, so easy. It's plug and play, Custom Dynamics, integrated. It's their Fat Bob S taillight, which I'm sure you could get that to fit in like any fender if you cut it, you know, and like MMI, take a hacksaw to the thing, you know what I mean? Okay, so I said I wanted to mock it up before I mounted the pyramid zip tie things on the inside so I could see where I needed to mount it. And if June could get a camera up in there, so I was gonna mount them under this thing, like follow this guy and go like back to the fender there, but I'm glad I didn't do that because then it would have to go over this bracket and then I have no way to tie this guy down up here. So I'm gonna go above it and go up this way and down and then put zip ties in these holes and have them zip tied up here before they go up to all the plugs and stuff. So always mock it up and test fit, take apart, test fit again, take apart, test fit a third time. It's important because I would have myself if I just would have went ahead and did what I wanted to do. There's one, and it's not rocket science, but you know, I want to make it look good. I'm done. I finished it. while Ryan was doing the rest of whatever he was doing over there. Just buttoned it up, ran the wiring, cleaned it all up, wiped the fender down so my fingerprints aren't all over it. But yeah, look how flush she looks there. Nice and clean, hidden away. Dongs off the side are gone, and then if you look up in here, get up in here, June. Wires are ran with the supplied pyramid things up to the front, all the way up here, plugged in. All the wires are wrapped up nice and clean for the next guy to work on it, AKA me, what we do. No, I found these in a drawer. That's what I popped through to secure the wires to the front of the fender. Yeah, so hop on back here. Boom, hit the hazard on them. Look at that, swing. I haven't had turn signals or mirrors on a motorcycle in probably 6 years. Custom Dynamics, part number will be in the description. It is on our website in the Custom Dynamics lighting section, specifically for Custom Dynamics lights. It's done for now. I'm gonna put the seat on it, take it down, and we'll do another full walk around on how to make a Fat Bob less ugly. All right, we're back. Just took it on a nice ride to a beautiful family lunch with everybody in the shop. It was quite enjoyable aside from the 100-degree weather because it's October 2nd and it's what, 102 outside? 102 degrees outside, October 2nd. You heard it here first, folks. Fall does not exist.
Fall does not exist. It fell off.
But we're back with the Fat Bob. That was my first ride on it with the suspension, the seat, the new pipe, and the knobbies off. So I rode it to Cottonwood a couple weeks back with knobbies on it, stock suspension, stock seat, and a Ryan pipe that he made with his name on it that I had to run for a weekend. And it was not the most enjoyable ride because the knobbies, like every time you would dive into a turn, it was like, it would shake like they were just cup tires. It was terrible. She rides a whole lot better with, what are these, Bridgestones? There's some Bridgestone tires. They were in our warehouse. We had them in storage, so I took them out and used them. Let's recap over everything that we have on this motorcycle. Starting up front, Kruesi Originals 49mm headlight relocation kit with a Custom Dynamics Shark Demon headlight. This is our LP6 Shark Demon bracket. It works with both headlights. We prefer the Shark Demon because they are DOT approved. It's very important depending on where you're at. Right behind that, we have Archetype adjustable pullback risers. This is their Opie style riser. They have two different style risers. They look very similar. There's some minor differences. Elite levers in chrome, ODI bars. This is their, one of their newer bends. I forgot what they call it, but they come in gloss black. They're not like that rough, like Pro Taper style finish. Pro 1 mirrors. Kruesi Originals Saddleman step up with the tuck and roll tri-gripper. This is our signature seat. It should be our signature seat. Put them on everything. They ride the best. They feel the best. They look the best. Stealth mid-length pipe bomb muffler. Obviously mated to a Stealth header with an S&S Stealth air cleaner and teardrop on that too. Kruesi Originals K-bar, of course. Legend suspension front and rear. Back here we've got Custom Dynamics integrated taillight, their integrated turn signals, brake light, tail light, all that good stuff, with a CycleVision license plate mount that gets rid of the side mount, the folding mount. It's all weird and goofy looking. Right now the motor is stock. We do have wheels coming for it, of course, and a couple other goodies I don't want to spill the beans about just yet, but there is a lot more coming for this motorcycle. So right now it's kind of done in a way where I can go out and ride it and not feel like I'm riding a ugly Fat Bob.
It's a Husky Bob.
A thick Bob. Thick Bob with 2 C's. Yeah.
It's a body positive Bob.
BPB. Are you down to BPB?
Yeah. BPB.
That wraps up this episode of this Fat Bob update. It's a 2018 FXFBS. For all you acronym boys, Trick Bike Trent _ FXFBS. Also, if you're wondering, I'm wearing some KOE Kruesi Originals eyewear shades. These are from our Kingpin collection. I believe we call these the Colombian. Made Man. These are the Made Man. We have 3 different styles of these. We also have the Fox bodies. This is in a tortoise shell finish, available on KruesiOriginals.com. Just in time for winter, and probably where the sun won't be where you're from.
Wear 'em snowboarding, pussy.
Yeah. Everything I just talked about is available on KruesiOriginals.com. Every $5 you spend enters you in a chance to win a custom motorcycle that we have built. At the moment, it is the Stunt Tail. And also, while we're at it, I just wanted to give a big thank you to everybody that watches.
We get your emails, we get your phone calls, we get your little notes on your orders. They're awesome. We appreciate every one of you for watching and taking the time to support what we do. It means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to lunch. All right, this is my first ride on the 2018 M8 Fat Bob that I'm building. First ride with the Legends, with the seat, and the new tires that I put on. I rode it up to Cottonwood with the knobbies on it, which was horrible, and stock suspension, stock seat, and yeah, that was an unenjoyable ride. Already off the bat, this thing feels so much better with suspension on it. Just the stock mushy shit from like factory just always sucks. Oh, and this is the first ride with the new Stealth mid-length muffler. It actually sounds really good. This mid-length muffler is a lot quieter than what we normally run. I feel like I can only hear Ryan's bike over everything right now. Oh yeah, we can lane filter now. Oh man, did I forget about that? That is now legal in Arizona. Man, that's awesome. Man, this thing handles so much better with the tires. Those knobbies sucked. It was like diving into a turn and the whole bike would just shake.
I forgot I'm supposed to film your bike. I've been having too much fun.
Dude, so much better to ride.
Man, I've got mirrors, I've got a working gas gauge, I've got blinkers for the first time in like 6 years. I feel fancy. Man, this bike is so much quieter than that old twin cam over there. Oh, let me use my blinker. All right. That was a nice family lunch at the old Chompies. I love that this shit's legal now. Some people here still trip out real hard about it though. Man, but this thing feels so good compared to like an old Dyna. Like just for the pure like riding, the balanced motor, big beefy suspension, just a bigger bike, they just ride so much better. You just feel way more planted. And then it being balanced, it doesn't rattle and shake all crazy like the old rubber mounted stuff does. That's just a whole different ride. Oh man, it's so much more comfortable than a Dyna. Man, this M8 is beautiful. This thing is stock, like stock motor. I have an intake and a pipe on it. But goddamn, this thing feels so much more powerful. But yeah, like just the M8 platform alone is just so much more powerful. This thing's stock, aside from an intake and exhaust. And this thing feels insanely powerful compared to my 95 and my Dyna. And that thing's built. I mean, it's got a 543 95 kit. This thing is way more. I mean, it is a 114, but like, I don't know, just the way the M8 puts down the power feels so much different than a twin cam. It just pulls and pulls and pulls. It's pretty crazy. Pretty late to the M8 game, but goddamn, this thing is nice. I can't wait to finish it. Man, this seat is so much better though than that stock shitter. A good old Saddleman step up. It's October 2nd, by the way, and it's 102 degrees outside. There's always a cop that hangs out. Nope. And we're home. I have a horn. Riding motorcycles inside.